West. Salute. Welcome to the Damu Kiwe Conversations. Damu Kiwe Conversations. It's Duke Sims, the Don. I'm waiting on my player partner, Yai Ezel. Let me make sure I send him the link. Y'all hit that like button on your way in. Tell a friend you in here with Duke Sims, a.k.a. Bremen M. It's the Hit Squad Don, y'all. But what's up with y'all, man? Let me send this to real quick, and then I can send this to book to y'all. I just got off the phone with Scandalous and my brother Booger. Oh my God, man. They're a mess, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even smut Scandalous today. I ain't gonna smut my nigga Scandalous today. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna smut them. Hey, but salute, man. I hope y'all I hope all of y'all hit that like button on your way in, telling a friend, man, because we definitely need the support, man. All right, I just sent y'all the link. Damn, I didn't even make a clubhouse room. That's all right, man. You know what I'm saying? We doing it for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We bringing the content. Oh, look, man, the dude realized was going crazy. Damu and Kiwe conversation. Suge Knight, Westcoast, Nino Brown, nigga. Suge Knight, Nino Brown, what? You lost it, questioning. Look, he was going crazy. You pushing Reggie's bullshit and pushing his lie about Big Black. You must be high. I don't know or believe the Big Black shit. But if it do come out, we will flame Suge, nigga. Nobody's beyond being flamed. We goes with the truth, nigga. But if Reggie the only one that said that, and it comes out to be true, we're gonna go with the truth. I don't give a fuck who brought the truth. You showing you a snake. Wait a minute. So if Suge claiming he a Paru off the east side, and he implicates Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Jimmy Iovine. Well, I asked Yael. Hey, Yael, they said I'm a snake. You showing you's a snake.
Whoa.
If I implicated Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Suge Knight, Jimmy Iovine, and David Kenner and Reggie Wright Jr. in a hot one, would that make me a rat?
Hell yeah.
Okay, I'm just wondering. So I guess I'd rather be a snake than a rat. You know? I prefer to be a snake perceived as a snake than a rat.
Hey, homie, watch that S word, homie. Watch that S word.
Right. YouTube at Active Chucks, man. You know
Who called you a snake, bro? That's crazy.
The dudes in the thing, baby. I mean, Lil Don D. What up? Salute. So yesterday we had a pork butt on the line and Tata. Now I don't know if that was the call that they talked about it, but Tata didn't want to be recorded, but pork butt put out a recording today, and it was the same topics that he put out today when I was on the phone with Tata. I agree that is snitching, but how tough can you be at 60 years old? And I'm making no excuses for Shad, ain't no excuses. 60 years old or not, you ain't gotta be tough. You gotta be mentally tough to stick to your guns, man, and your principles. You know what I'm saying? Neither has he snitched. Everything he said is repeating what the ones involved said themselves. Well, what is Dr. Dre said that he was trying to knock down Tupac? Hey, real eyes, why don't you show me where Dr. Dre or Snoop Dogg said that they was trying to knock down Tupac? Yeah. See, and then the difference is if you got somebody in middle America or way out somewhere else far from the crime who makes speculation about what happened because this is a public figure publicly, They're not necessarily that doesn't make them a rat. But when you are the victim and an eyewitness to a hot one, you got a whole lot more credence because nobody's seen the unaliver of Tupac except Tupac and Suge Knight. Suge Knight making a statement pointing the fingers at Snoop Dogg, pointing the finger at Dr. Dre, Jimmy Iovine, David Kenner, and Reggie Wright Jr. That's telling, bro. I'm just
these niggas want to blur the lines because I'm not
he's
saying
a
he is
celebrity or he old or whatever it is. Look
or
what he's a millionaire record label boss being set up since 96. Bro, I believe he was set up. But I believe, nigga, not only was he set up, nigga, when he would have the police working for him and was set niggas up, it was all boo.
But
So
what
you
about,
can't play the victim now because nigga, it worked against you. You know
right?
what I'm saying?
But what about this, dudes? You know how you just said all of that, and then the main thing, one of the main things they try to, one of the key things that they'll say, he's a black man, and we always trying to tear down the black man. Well, what about a black man snitching on another black man to come home so he can do the same thing the other black man is doing? You niggas is so and fucking indoctrinated, so brainwashed. Y'all can't see the forest because of the trees, bro. And the trees is a part of the damn forest. That means this nigga's a part of the collective of what he's talking about, my nigga. How can y'all not see that? That is not what you teach the youth. That is not how you stand on business as a grown man. We ain't talking about being a grown Damu or grown Kiwe. We talking about grown men taking accountability for his own actions, not incorporating nobody else and nothing that he's doing. You get caught, you go sit your ass down. You niggas always want to, oh, he's a black successful, but this nigga ready to tell a whole goddamn tell-all story like a goddamn video vixen so he could get all this goddamn clout. And all these y'all niggas is weird, bro.
I don't think he's doing it for the clout, bro. The nigga had
no. I'm just saying sometimes, but and this time I believe he's trying to bring his ass home.
Yeah, that's exactly, bro. They
100%.
just denied him, or his habeas corpus was just denied. Now he can go to another level, but he really thought that he was going to be released at that hearing, that habeas corpus hearing. Once David Kenner sent them up the road, he went up. He was upset. He went up at court on David Kenner, accusing David Kenner then of of unaliving Tupac and having his hands up to do something with him. Now, it don't even matter what I believe. I wasn't there. I wasn't on the scene to put together a hot one investigation. Detectives need people at the scene who can corroborate the facts, do 6-packs and all of that. It sounds like, and that's the question today for everybody that's in the chat. The poll is: have the feds recently talked to Suge about Tupac's death? And 50% of y'all, 49% are saying yes. The feds have recently talked to Suge about Tupac's death. 30% said no, they haven't. And 22% are saying he's working to get out of jail. So I guess, Yael, 75%, that's 3 out of every 4 people in our chat is agreeing with us. Hey, salute to y'all for standing on business. And trust me, being a Paru, him being a mogul, West Coast, I got all incentive to select a politic and turn a blind eye to it. But no, we can't. What Big U say when we had him on Clubhouse? Hold me to the highest of standard.
That part.
So if Suge is an exception because he got money, it's cool for him to do fuck shit and go S and Y because he got money. So money is running and the B is for sale. Nah, my nigga, too many niggas that lost their life sacrificing to the principles that they believed in. Now, if you ain't a part of us, go and do your thing. You already SNY, but listen, bro. If he would have said pork butt, I would have said, well, he beefing with pork butt. It could be content. I wouldn't just, and then pork butt was a pig. So
Right.
I wouldn't necessarily say it was snitching if I didn't believe it was true. You know what I'm saying? But because I believe it has truth to it, then I'm looking at it like, wait, hold on, my nigga. Bro, yesterday, even when we was going through it, I didn't intend to expose Suge or bring it out. But when I'm hearing it, nigga, my conscience is messing with me. I'm a gangster of principles and morals. You know what I'm saying? Brian, get down. Snoop, breaking news. Trump has spoken regarding Diddy. He said today in the Oval Office, if he feels mistreatment has been committed against Diddy, he will pardon him if convicted. Suge said it. Deuce Sim is Lloyd Lake's pride. Lloyd Lake is my partner. Fucks with him. That's who was behind Active Chucks financially. When we had the plan, that's who was behind. You know what I'm saying? I'd have met up with Lloyd Lake in person. We was in the pen together. So if you got an issue with Lloyd Lake, then you deal with Lloyd Lake with that issue. Shout out to the conversation, Deuce Sims and Yael. Salute. Make sure to hit the like button on the way in. Kids the Barber, salute. Big Black Taker realized it's saying Big Black Taker. You know who Big Black is, right? That's the dildo pork butt saying Suge was taking.
Niggas are sick.
They said I was taking Big Black. Make sure to hit the like button on the way in, though. Kid the Barber, beautiful black lady. What's up? Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit the like. The chat's where it's at. Cameron, what up? Ricky. Salute you. Salute y'all. Salute to the Damu Kiwe fam in chat. Let's go. When them lights is up, we gonna hit this content started. Marion Knight is on the way to the crib. I don't know if it's gonna be enough, but I know that it definitely appears that's what his intentions is. Unless he just want to take them everybody down with him. I'm telling you, Nino Brown, this shit bigger than me. I don't know if Suge has seen some discovery, but he's gonna be on lock till he's damn near 70. Cameron, salute, man. I'm chilling. Yeah, BBL says she's trying to find someone tonight. I feel you. Kid, holding my salute, chat. De Niro Jones checking in from the ATL. Brian Dow, what up? De Niro Jones, what up? Supposedly, Reggie had Tata on the phone. Nigga, I was on the call. Nigga, we was recording Reggie, lining him up like we do. And he was like, I'm like, nigga, call Tata. This nigga gave me Tata. Ben told the nigga give me his number. The nigga give me a bunko number, but I guess Tata been pressing him, and so the nigga get Tata on the phone. So I heard everything. We're gonna go over that. So we're gonna get into it. Suge's been fucked by his lawyer that he spent $1 million on, his head of security that felt him, and Pac, his wife, baby mama, his driver, 5'5" with thick thighs. So he said, fuck it. This is what really happened. Pressure bust pipes. Hey, Ricky, it's sad because we hold this dude up to such a high esteem. He being from Cali, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, being a member, a mogul, nigga had hundreds of millions of dollars. So you would expect him to, nigga, fuck that, my legacy, my movie, all of that shit. They gonna know, nigga, I stand down gritty on what I believed in. And the nigga tucked his dick between his legs, man, raised his skirt. And I think what it was. Everybody would turn on him. You know what I'm saying?
You heard me? I'm a
bitch. Salute. Anthony Thomas, salute.
Man, salute to the chat. Y'all know that's where it's at.
Beautiful black lady trying to throw that thing a party, huh? Anthony
Talking
Thomas.
about.
We want the content. BBL again, laughing out loud. Let me see who here. Miss Lisa. Vito Corleone. Salute, salute, salute. Mike B's in the building. Mike B, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. And I really learned that a lot of niggas don't know how to read paperwork. Hey, Duke Sims and Yael, thank you, Miss Megan Davis. We really appreciate your presence. You know what I'm saying?
What up?
Yeah. Give me an A, M. Give me a G. Give me an E. Give me a G.
What up?
What is that? I don't know what that is. AEG or something? I don't know. Just Bay Area Finest. What's up? Quads only 216. Salute. What's happening? But yeah, man. Suge them bit the cheese, shaking my damn head. Yeah. Dudes better chill before CS2 back pulls up. Man, CS2 back. Well, first, we wouldn't even bring his bus. He could stay in the chat. We wouldn't shoot him out the chat. But that nigga can't grace this stage, nigga. He doesn't fit the criteria. He felt utterly disappointed. Utter disappointment. Suge on his way to the crib, man. They saying it. Rich Trapper's conscious. A grinder. Oh, my God. Hey, the internet is undefeated. Nigga, his name is Rich Trapper's conscious. A grinder with the eyes. Nigga, hey, Suge definitely did some ratting, though. Rich Trapper's conscious, shaking my head. Yael, does the name come from the creator? Name Yahweh? Just ask it.
Yes, it do, my brother. Yahweh Shah.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to this content, man. Let me see what he likes at first. Okay, I see that you already answered that. Nina 13 salutes. Look, she say salute y'all first. She always leaning hard to the left. Ricky say free Big U, man. Free Big U, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Still seeing a lot of people come home and might be getting that itch 100. Yeah, man. He said he ain't finna die in prison after trying to be gangster all them years. Free Big U until it's backwards, man. Degante, Cobbin, what's up? Sean Hines, salute. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I'm way behind. We're going to catch up on that, but first we're going to get to the content, right?
Yeah. Right ass niggas.
Man, it's weird, bro. I don't give a fuck. Niggas will flame me. The minute it came out, I did any busted shit.
Yeah, all over the fucking internet. Oh, y'all, Deuce M's, y'all thought he was solid. Y'all thought he was the
streets is a myth. The streets is a myth.
Oh, they can't wait to say that when they bro. What was the situation? The created documentation that these horny ass niggas went and bought because they was horny. Oh, credibility gone. No, nigga, ain't no credibility gone. You niggas was horny and you should have did your extensive research to make sure all of that stuff was authenticated, and you did not do that. Nigga left whole clues in the paperwork for y'all to fucking look at, and you still ignored it because you wanted to defamate somebody's character that bad. Like, fuck up out of here.
Right.
Weird ass niggas, bro.
Right. Brian Dow said, y'all got Zelle. I don't do Cash App. Yeah, I got it. Hit me on IG, bro. We not putting all that information out here.
Yeah, he said he wants your Zelle. Oh, shit.
Yeah, we ain't going to put that on there. Hit my IG in the DMs, and I got you, brother. Let's go.
Puffy not guilty on majority stuff. He probably be more happy in prison than in the streets, because at least in prison, he can get all the baby all he wants. Puffy didn't have sex with too many higher up people in the industry. Now, I'm not talking about women. It's a big world, but it's a small circle. Ray J and Puffy dealt with lovers. It was a murder for hire hit. Only person know the truth, the real truth, is me and Tupac.
Sure. Hey, murder for hire hit. Ray J got his one wish. The diddler, nigga.
Do you believe that Diddy and or Snoop Dogg were directly involved in that shooting?
And I could have been the asshole and released that audio. Releasing that audio would have put Snoop in prison for the rest of his life.
We're returning to Diddy's sex trafficking trial now.
So we talking about the Tupac, unaliving the Tupac case. Suge is pointing the finger directly at Snoop Dogg, saying had he released the audio, Snoop Dogg would be in jail for life. So I don't know if he's talking about from the Tupac shit or if he's talking about from the murder was the case when he was facing that case on the boy from By Yourself Hustling. One of them, either way, is really telling because murders don't have no statutes of limitations, man.
At all, brother.
Let's go.
I'm joined on the line by a guest who knows Diddy very well. Suge Knight is the founder and former CEO of Death Row Records. He joins me on the phone from the R.J. Donovan Correctional Facility in San Diego, where he's serving a lengthy jail sentence. Suge Knight, welcome to Uncensored.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, thank you.
Well,
how are you doing?
Every day is a blessing. You know, one thing about God, it continues to make us better. And, you know, before we get started is that I got on this journey, and the reason why it's so important that I feel we should always help each other to get better, to do better, because my journey got messed up from people in the music business.
So before he do that, gets into all of this in his spiel, Carly Nev says, I'm always fan and support Damu and Kiwe, but Suge Knight is a worse rat than CS2. Why is he saying Dre put 20K hit on him and he got evidence? Listen, man. Listen, man. Hey, this is the type of shit question that need to be asked. You know what I'm saying? If we gonna call out CS2 back, and I can't say he a worse rat than CS2 back, I think they fighting for that #1 spot.
And a while back, I had got into it with two rappers in 91. In 95, I took a plea deal. But along that journey, David Kenner introduced me to the DA called Larry Longo. Larry Longo and David Kenner, I paid Johnny Cochran close to $1 million. I think it was. David Kenner, $1 million. And they say, take the deal. It won't be no strikes, and it won't be no felony.
Can we get this super chat out real quick, y'all? It's kind of funny, too.
Hold on. What are you doing?
A super
Iceman Vamp with $2 super chat. Suge said, fuck Kane. I got the tape. Hey, man, anything.
Remember bitch ass Chauncey and Menace to Society?
Yeah, it's highly appreciated. Salute to you, your family, and your tribe. Yeah, he like, fuck Kane. I got the tape. Yeah, the nigga that was hot.
Yeah.
What's the nigga that's always playing in the movies and shit?
Yeah, bitch ass Chauncey was his role in Menace to Society. Bitch ass Chauncey.
That nigga Kane.
So Johnny Cochran wrote in and told them, this illegal sentence, make sure they go in and fix it and don't give me a strike. All that's on paperwork and all that I filed as a habeas. But the DA got fired. David Kenner got blessed. The DE got blessed. And I ended up with extra time on this sentence because my sentence carried 2, 6, and 11. They get double me up for a strike I didn't have. So that goes to show you they can use things against you to cost you more time. They let Bill Cosby go because the fact that he's had an agreement verbally. Mine is in writing by my attorney, Howard Price. It says that I don't supposed to have no strikes. And they still haven't granted that to me. But the sad thing about all this, regardless it's Puffy, regardless it's Easy, regardless it's me, and it was just a situation where when you create something so big and bigger than life, people want to take it from you. And if they can't take
Right,
it from you,
so Suge, just to jump in, what you're saying, because for viewers who are not familiar with the intricacies of your situation, in September 2018, you pled no contest to a voluntary manslaughter in a fatal hit and run 3 years earlier. Your conviction, along with the previous felonies, triggered California's three strikes law. You got a sentence of 28 years in prison. You'll be up for parole in October 2034 when you'll be 69. And what you're intimating there is that one of those strikes shouldn't have been on your record. Is that have I read that correctly?
Neither one. Neither one of those strikes should be on my record because I don't supposed to have any strikes.
Hit that like
Also, they had proof of the guys with guns. They got proof of payments where Andre Young paid these guys to kill me with a personal check. 20,000 here, money there, and they all agreed they was paid to kill me. And the fact that if you really look at the whole situation, it started with One Oak. Same people at One Oak got shot 7 times. Same people at Tams tried to kill me. Same thing if the FBI says it's a price on your head, they want to kill you. So when somebody tried to kill you and you get away, how did I end up in prison? But the most important thing about this, they denied me to go. They wouldn't let me go per, but David Kenner, my attorney, did the most crookedest thing on record that you can possibly do. And this is a guy who's getting this, they're trying to disbar him in 24, 25, 21, and they never reported that to the courts or to me. But past that, the situation is this. A lot of crooked cops got involved in hip hop. Those same crooked cops, I felt that cost me my freedom, cost Puffy his freedom for now, cost a lot of people bad situations. And I think that they cost the most biggest 2 rappers in hip hop history, Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls, their life. Everybody points the finger at everyone, but it all comes back to the same authorities. Even
as you know, Suge, look, you mentioned Tupac there. Obviously, it was 1996. Incredible to think it's nearly 30 years ago when he was shot and killed. You were alongside him in the car. Many people have speculated since that Diddy ordered that death of Tupac.
This is nasty work. Diddy ordered the hit on Pac. De Niro Jones, these white TV networks, all of a sudden care about Suge. There has to be an angle that we don't know about. Listen, you preaching to the choir, De Niro Jones. It's a snitch fest. May the best rat win. You know what I'm saying?
Is that your belief?
Well, first of all, I got a bullet still today, a 45 bullet an inch to my skull. You can look at my medical records and see the x-rays and see it's in my skull. They didn't remove it because they said if it would have went another inch, either I'd have been a vegetable or dead. Now, as far as what they say Puffy did and didn't do, just the facts. The facts of the matter is this. It's a guy named Reggie Wright Jr. who was over security. He didn't work directly for Death Row, but he had a security company called Right Way Security, who did security for Death Row with off-duty police officers or guys with a CCW. Everybody knows when we go to a fight in Vegas, we're going to be at the Tyson fight.
Right.
We're going to be at my club they call Club 662.
Haynes will be.
You can go to that club and you'll see Mary J. Blige perform, Jodeci performs, Tupac performs, Snoop and the Dogg Pound, Andre. I mean, unbelievable talent in one place. That night was going to be Run DMC East Coast night. Reggie Wright Jr. told the security they can't carry firearms. The sad thing about that, Pac hated Reggie Wright Jr. So he had fired him before any of that. I don't know the right date, but I'm quite sure it was. It's paperwork that shows it. But the crazy thing about that, it was a bodyguard named Frank Alexander. Pac hated Frank. He was cool at first, but towards the end, he hated Frank because Frank always wanted to get into pictures with Tupac. And Tupac was very militant, so he was like, man, I don't want a bodyguard taking pictures with me. How is he watching my back if he getting himself in the pictures? So I hired a guy named Michael Moore and told him to bring another off-duty police officer because they kept their gun and they was real aggressive by protecting Tupac. So on the way to the fight, Reggie Wright Jr. tell Michael Moore he can't carry his weapon when he's doing bodyguard work for Tupac. Michael Moore said, well, I'm going back to the hotel. If I can't carry my gun, I can't protect myself or Tupac, so I'm not going. So Reggie Wright Jr., who nicknamed that Pac gave him Pork Butt, so Pork Butt goes and says, Frank, you can go, but you can't bring your gun. Now, everyone knows you can't be a bodyguard without a gun. So after the fight, we come from the fight. Tupac got into it with another guy. It was a big fight. After that fight, after we stopped to a few places, we go.
Red Eye Realize is back. He's the radical. Who are you, Realize? Said user Reggie Wright, Lloyd Lake lover, expose yourself. Get ready. I definitely got love for Lloyd Lake, nigga. Reggie Wright Jr., I flames him up. Reggie Wright just hit my nigga Scandalous last night, but we still finna flame his ass up some more. Nigga, we equal opportunity employers over here, nigga. We'll flame your bitch ass up since you got so much to say. Let the exposing commence. What's holding you up, nigga?
Go to my house. I told Frank, I told all the security, I told everyone. Pac just beat up a well-known gamer. Send 4 or 5 guys extra to the house to escort Tupac to the club.
Vito Corleone, I'm with you, bro. Vito Corleone saying, Suge saying this publicly. He already told the feds everything already. Nasty work. Let's go.
Reggie Wright Jr. refused to send the security guys, refused to show up. That wasn't a coincidence. It was a murder for hire hit. We was blocked in. It was more than one shooter. Only person know the truth, the real truth, is me and Tupac. He's not there to tell it. Only person knows is myself. But Reggie Wright Jr. tried to change the whole story of the narrative, what actually happened, and he was not there. During that situation, Snoop, who everyone knew at the time, wanted Tupac dead.
Oh, see, crazy.
Snoop had a meeting with Daz, Corrupt, Nate Dogg, the Dog Pound. Said, we're not going to Vegas. This is their words, not mine. We're not going to Vegas because basically something's going to happen. Somebody's going to get killed, right? So Corrupt tells the story. Daz tells the story. Warren G tells the story. Now, what Dad says, when Snoop said that, I said, damn, we can't go to Vegas. Who's going to get those niggas? They already going to get got, basically. Corrupt tells the story and says, once he tell everybody they can't go to the fight and can't go to Vegas,
next boy
turns around.
Boy Lake was a criminal, a businessman.
Nate Dogg says,
crooked police.
I'm going to go to Vegas. Then because I'm going to Vegas, I don't got to be around basically me and Pac. He said, as long as I ain't around them, I don't have to worry about getting shot or getting a stray bullet. That let you know, premeditated plan. Warren G says, when the fight was going on, he was watching at his house. Snoop came over to watch the fight. Snoop had a walkie-talkie these walkie-talkies, you only got this walkie-talkie that I bought for security and the principal that security doing security with. And they worked on all the West Coast. So if you're an artist and you going to the mall or you going somewhere, they have a walkie-talkie, security have a walkie-talkie. If you're not going to an event with any of the security details, you don't have a walkie-talkie. Because I didn't buy that many because I wanted to be exclusive. They had them out who was needed. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, so Snoop comes in, according to Warren G, and he got this big walkie-talkie. They start hearing the gunshots. When we getting shot, Snoop listening to it in real time. Pow, 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 all over the radio. That's when he tell him, hey, I got to go. They just killed Tupac and shot Suge. How would you know? Nobody sat there on the radio. You just heard the shots. Now, Reggie Wright Jr. and Michael Moore in the car. They get on the radio, and they say, hey, got him. Another guy is on the radio. They say they think he's a white guy or a lawyer. And they say, hey, don't talk on the walkie-talkies on the radio. Don't talk on the air. Right? So to move things forward, maybe, I don't know if it was 6 months or longer, however it was, since I've been in this prison right here. Somebody played that for me with Michael Moore said. So when I know that attorney David Kenner always says, you could be on your cell phone and people be talking like, hey, don't talk on your cell phone. Somebody listening. They recorded and you can't do that. They're listening to you. So I know that's his saying. So jokingly, I told David, I said, hey, was that you on the walkie-talkie? Because that's your line. Don't talk on the phone. Now you use one saying don't talk on the walkie-talkie. So that being said, David Kenner goes and says, Suge, I never had a walkie-talkie. I would never have a walkie-talkie. Would I need one for it? Never. So I'm saying, wow, he's so bent out of shape, but I was joking about it, right? I said, you never had a walkie-talkie? He said, that's not me talking on the walkie-talkie. I never said he was talking on the walkie-talkie. So that raised red flags. Didn't think nothing much about it. So Kenner had sent some of my boxes and files to another attorney. And another attorney got them, right? At the time, he wanted the boxes back. That didn't make sense. So when we discovered a walkie-talkie in the boxes, you know, nobody puts something in the box that they're going through the exact same way. So the walkie-talkie, my guess, probably was in one box. And when they looked at everything and reading through everything, and they was asking me about this walkie-talkie, they put it in another box.
Suge
Kenner,
69.
a guy named Steve that works for Kenner, went and grabbed the boxes from another lawyer he has it. Went and stole the wrong boxes that the walkie-talkie was in, but we still got the walkie-talkie. I said, send me a picture of it. So on my tablet, they can send photos, so they sent me a photo of the walkie-talkie. It blew me away. One part of me.
Hold on. RF921 Red Fence said, is Suge snitching or just confirming what they already exposed? We all know pork butt was involved. Well, I think that's the conversation that needs to be had. See, one thing, no, confirmation from people who are trying to figure out a murder investigation is snitching, right? And now saying, if you said it and say you in Philadelphia, right? You just guessing, you don't know what it is. You trying to figure it out, find closure because you was a Pac fan, just like me and Scammers, right? Once Suge does it, when Suge is at the scene of the crime, is a victim in the shooting, was hit in his head, and watched his homeboy Tupac get murdered. He's at the scene of the crime. He's at the murder. He can positively ID who the shooter was. He said that he was never going to talk about this. keeping it gangster. All of this gangster shit. And now here he is talking about this, and you believing it's the truth, and you still asking whether that's snitching or not? I mean, I think that was a rhetorical question, brother. Salute to you, though.
Me, it made my blood boil. Another part of me, I just seen Tupac face flash all in my mind. I see these motherfuckers involved with the assassination. So I tell Kenner about it. I said, David Kenner, you said you didn't have a walkie-talkie. Now you had one. So after that, our relationship after 30-some years went cold. He went and told the judges. He started trying to pull off my case. He tried to sabotage my case. He did, and everything I'm telling you about is the proof.
So ultimately, Suge, look, it's fascinating stuff because I remember this all happening in real time. So it's fascinating just to hear you talk it all through in this way. It's like a sort of murder mystery episode. But ultimately, I've got two questions. Do you believe Diddy had anything to do with it? Because it sounds to me like you're more convinced that Snoop Dogg had more to do with it. Was Diddy involved at all, do you think?
We'll get to whether Diddy was involved at all and what Suge said. We got a Iceman Vamp super chat, y'all.
Most definitely will read that out loud. Iceman Vamp with a $10 super chat. So Suge, what are your thoughts on the Diddy trial? Well, let me tell you about this little fat dude named Reggie Wright that killed Tupac. Cold word. Iceman Vamp, you are a champ. Hey, anything and everything that is given to the Damu Kiwe Conversations team is highly appreciated. Salute to you, your family, and your tribe. And them replies and notes that they leave when they leave the super chat be, man, some of them motherfuckers be diabolical, bro.
Bro, that's basically what's going on.
100%.
They say, hey, Suge, what are your thoughts on the Diddy trial? Well, let me tell you about this little fat dude named Reggie Wright that killed Tupac. God damn.
That was
hey, buddies, I just noticed Piers Morgan don't have no lips. Oh, man.
And if it wasn't him, then who do you think ultimately ordered that hit?
This is the thing. This is what I do know. I know Keefe D, who I've been knowing just a little Pop Warner football. Keefe D says that Puffy and them approached him and gave them money. Keefe D says if he go to prison for, this is his words. Keefe D said if he go to prison for the Tupac murder,
yes, 3 nights.
Reggie Wright Jr. gonna go to prison for Biggie's murder. So all these things going back and forth. You know, who knows what? Absolutely what? What we do know, money was paid out. What we do know, according to these guys, to the police, not the police are actually doing the investigation, the cricket cops. You got to remember.
Did you ever ask Diddy directly if he'd been involved?
Well, that question would be no. Since all this happened, I never never had a situation to have a conversation with Puffy. Majority of the time, Puffy see me, he going out the back door or going down the street somewhere. Only time that I ever had a conversation with Puffy, and it wasn't even a real conversation, I was at the Roosevelt Hotel having dinner. Somebody came over to my table and said, Prince, I want you to come watch his show right now. I said, Prince performing? I said, yeah. And Prince a real gangster. Prince, he liked the bullshit. So I go in and they set me at a table with Puffy, Nas, a few other people. Prince playing his guitar and he walked to the table and looked at me, looked at Puffy and started laughing. You can tell he planned the whole thing. Next thing I know, I lean over and tell Puffy a few words. And before I can finish my sentence, Puffy gets up, his people gets up, and they covered him with coats and run him out the hotel.
And what were the words you said to him before he ran?
You got a lot of explaining to do, rat mother. Well, I ain't gonna cuss on your show. I said, you got a lot of explaining to convince me that you didn't have nothing to do what they said you did. So that's that. But you got to remember one thing. I'm not here to bring a person down in hip hop. The culture of hip hop is so important, and it was so powerful. It could have been done so great. But I still stand behind what I stand behind. I mean, these.
Look, I'm going to come to Diddy's case, which I know you have a view about, where you think he should walk, and many people. I interviewed Ray J, who said the same thing. But obviously, you've just revealed a very fascinating moment where you confront P. Diddy in a club when he's known as Puffy at the time, and you basically tell him he's got a lot of explaining to do about the murder of Tupac and the attempted murder of you. I mean, that's a dramatic encounter.
Yeah, it's a big world, but it's a small circle. Puffy was closer and closer, and Ray J tells a lot of stuff, and it's not up to me to tell the story because that's Ray J's story. But Ray J and Puffy definitely were lovers. Puffy allegedly gave him $10 million to an album. They never put one song of two brothers loving each other, whatever it's supposed to be. It's just, to me, we have so much. If you look at all the bad things in hip hop, when it's all said and done, it comes from
just to be clear, what I think you just said, Suge, you just said that Diddy and Reggie were lovers. Is that what you said? Ray J.
I said Ray J and Puffy was lovers.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that well known?
Of course.
But ultimately, Suge, do you believe that Diddy
if he had
and or Snoop Dogg
he said
were
Ray
directly
J and Puffy
involved
were
in
lovers?
that shooting?
Yeah, hold on. Let me stop this for Yael to digest it. He just dropped that like it was just
normal. Like he just Ray J and Puffy was lovers. Like what? How you just throw that out there? People just like, oh, that's normal. No, man. That's why this nigga got booty goons and all type of shit. All right, man. Okay. He hit it first, huh? He made that song for Diddy, huh? I hit it first.
Still smoking rolled up cigar tobacco.
Oh my God.
Who was lover? Ray J and Diddler. So Suge is saying Ray J had one wish to be with Puff. Reggie is pork butt, Southwest Dice. Yeah, Reggie is pork butt, foul shit, news dog. Pierce is a culture. He's on the dead, exploits our culture and nothing more. Hey, Nicki Minaj was telling him to come out about 2 months ago online. I did see that. I hit it. Damn. Reggie equals pork butt. One wish. Oh man, Reggie. Hey, look, Ray J might as well go ahead and come out now. Everybody already know, man. I mean, listen, man. That's what
I believe
the agency.
Ray Diddy.
I'm putting it to you like this. When you take Death Row, you take Bad Boy. Puffy and I was friends. When Puffy would come to LA, I could pick him up from the airport a lot of times. We'd hang out. If I do an event in New York, Puffy then came to my event and DJ the whole night for free. So you can't say we wasn't friends. But later on, right, people from Death Row and people from Bad Boy, regardless if they securities or not, they remain friends. And I didn't tell my people, you shouldn't. I'm quite sure Puffy didn't tell his people they shouldn't. I don't think. I'm not in his head. But I do know this. We was going to an event, the Soul Train Awards. When we was going to the Soul Train Awards, me and Pac was in one car. We had a bus and a whole bunch of more cars. It probably was 100 deep. But everybody had tickets. Reggie Wright Jr., who's head of security for us,
Whoop, whoop, salute Black the Berry.
called bad boy people and the police who's doing security for the Soul Train Awards and said, hey, only let Suge Knight and Tupac in because they got almost 100 guys with them. You don't want no problems. So eventually, our guys had to bust past the police. He wanted me and Tupac to go in there and fight all those guys by ourselves. They even pulled guns, right? But our guys came in, and that's what happened, right? When you look at that situation, and you look at it's a guy named Gene who does security for Puffy. I know what the recordings say, what people say, and what the proof is. What Reggie Wright Jr. says. By the way, I always say this because he liked me to call him Pork Butt because he happy about that because that's the name Pac gave him. What Pork Butt says is that
He's on fire.
bad boy guys called Reggie Wright Jr. to hire him to do security for Biggie and Puffy and them. I don't know what time it was. I was in county jail that Biggie got shot and later died.
Mm.
And I was trying to figure out how is it, why would they call Reggie Wright Jr. when he worked for us?
Mm.
And more importantly, why is Gene and Reggie Wright Jr., according to Reggie Wright Jr. own words, that they still friends? I know that Reggie Wright Sr. is higher up in the sheriff. I mean, he might have been a lieutenant.
Has anybody told you that Diddy was involved?
I'm not even throwing nobody in the bus, but you know.
No, I'm not asking you to
Reggie
name
Wright
them.
Jr.
I'm not asking you.
said so.
I'm not
at
asking you.
first.
I'm not saying. I'm not asking you for a
Well,
name.
this is the thing. They said that. KPD said that. It's a chick says that. But at the same time, like I said before, this is what you got to really understand. They took Reggie Wright Sr., who's over the gang, you don't know Compton better than anyone, off the case basically, because they said his son was involved in assassination of Tupac and me and get shot.
Mm.
And Frank Alexander, in tears, told me that these people was all involved. And that's why he did not want to supposed to perform. And if you really look at the other situation, he got interviewed by the grand jury, Frank Alexander. And he lied to him at first. He said everything started over a chain, which is a lie. He says when we walk into the MGM, Orlando Anderson tried to snatch Tupac chain. So the next second day he go to get interviewed, he said, I got to clear up something I lied the other day. He said, why'd you lie? He said, Reggie Wright Jr. told me to say that they tried to snatch Tupac's chain, which was a lie. My thing is,
Do you think, Suge,
you
you'll
can
ever
tell that these police, the messed up area investigation there is to mess up purposely.
No, I hear you. I mean, do you think we're ever going to know for sure who was behind that assassination of Tupac and attempted assassination of you?
I'm quite sure we will find out because this is a few people who finally trying to get it right and tell that real story. And they've been going through a lot of times with that story because you had guys like Snoop and Reggie Wright Jr. and all these people calling these people trying to basically threaten them. It's an audio of Snoop Dogg basically admitting why Tupac's dead. He's admitting why he died. And my thing was, how would you know all this if you wasn't involved? And I could have been an asshole and released that audio. Releasing that audio would have put Snoop in prison for the rest of his life. That's how powerful it is.
What's happened to that audio?
So, what'd you say?
What has happened to that audio?
Oh, it's still there. But he's admitting the truth. And it's real sad the fact that even though Snoop didn't buy Death Row, he never purchased Death Row, he just registered the name to try to use the name of Death Row. And he can't show you paperwork, he can't show you the proof. But what he could show you the proof of, it's crazy about him. Because one day,
crooked cop,
he's talking about doing a gospel album and praise the Lord with a road. The next day,
Ray J was the pitch.
He's trying to do songs regardless if he's talking about me and other people. I don't know which one he ever going to get. It's two sides to the devil.
The man,
one day he wearing blue fingernail polish on his hands and switching. The next day, he a Crip mascot. But what I do know is that it's real sad that Universal and Interscope will let this guy run around and speak on Death Row or Tupac or anything to help him promote stuff when they know his involvement with the assassination of Tupac. His own words put him in the cell. So it's so sad that when something comes out, these guys turn around and try to flood the media with different stuff, with different narratives. Reggie Wright Jr.
Let me ask you,
and his family,
let me ask you,
say cops.
I hear you. Let me ask you directly now just about the Diddy trial, because you've said that you believe he should definitely walk, which is pretty extraordinary given what you've just been telling me about, Diddy's possible involvement in trying to kill you. But why do you think he should walk from this case?
Well, number one is that this. To say he's part of a racketeering and make a case, they would have to put other executives in custody also, which they would never do. It's a guy named Jimmy Iovine. I consider him family. Been known him forever. Jimmy Iovine used to be a second engineer, and then he started working for Interscope, and I made that company. I built that company, me personally. And Puffy beat up a girl named Capricorn. Beat the shit out of her. Jimmy Iovine, one of Puffy guys, and Puffy approached Capricorn. And Jimmy told Capricorn, you're going to take this money, and you're going to shut your mouth and leave it alone. And I'm going to give you $1 million. Puffy didn't give Capricorn $1 million. Jimmy Iovine gave Capricorn a check from Interscope. And Universal should be ashamed of their fucking self that this big old publicly traded company will allow Interscope to give this girl $1 million check.
And this woman should, just to be clear, Capricorn Clark, she's actually been giving evidence in the case. She was your former assistant. And she...
No, she wasn't my assistant, but she did hang around Death Row. She was Puffy's assistant. After she hung around Death Row. But what I'm trying to say is,
she worked for Death Row.
Jimmy gave her that $1 million check. She got mad because she felt that's a settlement check, and the settlement check, you don't supposed to take taxes out of it. So when they told her she had to pay taxes on it, she'd get pissed. But I feel bad for Capricorn, not because she's just lying, but I feel bad for Capricorn on the simple fact she went through a lot. But the other part about all this,
names will be
if you're not going to say nothing to Jimmy and Interscope for doing something illegal, why would you just put Puffy in prison? The other thing is that, do Puffy do weird stuff? If Puffy got on the stand and told the truth, I know he'll walk. If he got on the stand and say, look, I'm gay and straight. I mess with guys. I mess with women. I do it all. Puffy not guilty for the things he did to these people. He's guilty for being a cold, freaky man that want freaky things done to him. But in the Cassie situation, they could not say he was having sex with the men also, because that'll make him like it's an orgy. It won't be like sex trafficking. It won't be like forcing stuff to do. But at the end of the day, there's no way Puffy should go to prison for the rest of his life. He should have.
I mean,
I think that. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Suge, you talked about Capricorn Clark, that he beat her very badly. He beat Cassie Ventura very badly. He was clearly very violent towards women. That's not a nice man, somebody who does that, clearly. But what you're saying is you don't...
My point is this. I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's like this.
Zero, you right about that with Jimmy.
Puffy not guilty on majority stuff. He should go to... and he's done, right? Because even if he went to prison, it'd probably be a better thing. He'd probably be more happy in prison than the streets. Because at least in prison, he can get all the baby all he wants. He can have all the men he wants, anyway, anyhow, and all day and all night. But what I'm trying to say is that
another poll.
Some of the things, the charges is not true. But I know they're not going to let Puffy go to prison. You know Puffy not going to go to prison. They been knew that Puffy was beating these women. They been knew what Puffy was doing with these men. They been knew. I told people before that in Hollywood, and by the way, they never tried it with me. In Hollywood, we go out there with Andre Young, we go out there with Puffy, we go out with any of these people that used to be in that building. They go talk to Jimmy and all these other guys. Russell Simmons, Andre Arrell, they had this thing where they take a hard-boiled egg, and it sounds nasty, but if the egg can go in these guys' rectum and it don't bust, they think they're doing a great job.
OMG. Hashtag eggplant.
Oh my gosh, bro. That's what I was telling you, bro. These circles, these higher ups, these sex rituals, niggas is sick, bro.
The diddler.
We gonna expose you.
Listen, but this is why they would never allow a motherfucker like us. I'll wait till the content come out. So yesterday, the nigga, what's the name, was trying to Reggie was trying to defend CS2 back. So I'm trying to get and he beefing with Suge. I'm trying to get Alan Grumblock because he said, "Oh, you can ask Alan Grumblock." So I said, "All right, get Alan Grumblock on the phone." He get Alan Grumblock on the phone, and it was clear Alan Grumblock was not about to talk to me because I'm not a part of the house niggas, the gatekeepers. He doesn't know me, and if they don't have some kind of smut over you, they're not gonna feel comfortable with you around them. So I'm not a part of that crowd. I'm talking about he wouldn't talk about the Deja 34 record deal with Ray J and Money Mark and Shaq. He did say Money Mark is his friend, but he ain't talking about that. Then we asked him about the Big U situation. He wouldn't talk about that. Nigga wouldn't talk about shit. Then Reggie is cutting it off the top. Niggas trying to shut it down. Nigga, that shit was, y'all get a bar of it, but look, they take a boiled egg in the asshole. If they don't break the shell, then they doing good. This is nasty work, bro.
Wow.
And if you look at the pictures, you'll see Puffy and another actor. The guy was married to Katy Perry. After I said this, people start finding pictures of these guys holding up the hard-boiled egg. Only thing I'm saying is, the bottom line is this. That because Suge Knight don't wear a shiny suit and dance in the videos, I'm in prison illegally. I'm kidnapped. If it was anyone else, they'll give me a warrant and I'll be free. But since that is the other way around, they can get Puffy telling people they want to kill me. They can say they come in with guns to kill me. They can say they come in and do this. They can have a people who shot me in One Oak do songs about shooting me. If you look at those people, who is those people in bed with? That's the question. It comes back to Puffy. if the FBI can tell me that they're trying to kill me, and the authorities can say they're trying to kill me, and I've been shot different.
Hold on. AB, you all the way wrong. AB said Tupac would have been mad he didn't tell the truth long ago. That's a motherfucking lie. The police asked Pop why he was shot up. The first police on the scene. He said, who shot you? Just tell me the name. That nigga Pac said, fuck you, nigga. What you mean? How you gonna speak for what Pac would have wanted? When he, nigga, I'm gonna die a G, nigga. I'm gonna die standing on what I believe in. I ain't gonna compromise it because I'm on the shit end of the stick. Yeah, so don't be talking about what Pac would have been and all of that. Nigga, Pac wasn't no rat. Nigga at his deathbed, he wasn't no rat. He did dry snitch on Tut and Haitian Jack, though. He dry snitched on Tut and Haitian Jack. I'm just saying, my nigga, we gonna keep it a buck. Can't pick and choose, my nigga.
Cajuns, and the very first time that they try to kill me and I get away and somebody happens to die and I get to go to prison, when you really look at it, Puffy didn't have sex with too many higher up people in the industry. Now, I'm not talking about women that get convicted. That's what I believe.
You're talking about senior male record company executives.
Exactly.
Extraordinary. Let me just finish, Suge, by asking you this. You were there when one of the all-time most famous music icons was killed. You were sitting next to him. What was the last thing that Tupac said to you?
Well, the crazy thing about it, nobody followed us, nobody came, nobody come to help. And as we sitting there, I looking at him, he looking at me. I said, man, look, we ain't gonna go straight ahead this way to the hospital.
Eggs in oil.
I'm gonna do a U-turn, and we gonna go to the hospital off of Las Vegas Boulevard. He said, why? I said, because it's more lights and more people. And he said, well, let me drive. I said, I'm driving. He said, man, you bleeding all through your head. You can't see, I can see.
I don't know, Ricky.
And we was listening to oldies at first, but on the way towards the strip.
I'm going to answer this question real quick for Brian Dow. He's active in the chat, active Chucks. Salute to you, King. So we say, Deuce Sims, how you feel he dry snitch on Haitian Jack? I'm just asking. 21 gun salute, dressing fatigues, black jeans and boots, and all you seen was troops. Talk about the little nigga now. I think he live like me, walked about the hospital, took 5 like me. You live in fantasies, nigga. I rejected deposit. Shook Dre punk ass. Now we out of the closet. Mob Deep, wonder why, nigga. Blow them out next time. Grown folks talking, nigga. Close your mouth, peep me. I take this bullshit deeply. There's seen too many real players ball to let you bitch niggas beating Puffy. Let's be honest, talk about you want to see me in gloves. Remember the shit in the vibe about me being the thug? Tell the people that you roll with whatever you want. You and I know what's going on. Ha ha, payback. I knew you bitch niggas from way back. Wouldn't it be strapped with Max? Knew I wouldn't play that. All these old rappers trying to advance. It's all over now. Take it like a man. Nigga looking like Larry Holmes, flabby and sick. Try to play a hate on my shit. Eat a fat dick. Let it be known as how you made mad. Then it was take a minute while I take you back and lace this track on a real life tale about a snitch named Haitian Jack. Knew he was working for the Fed. Same crime, different trial. You can picture what he said. Now, did I mention payback was due on Jimmy Henchman? In due time, we gonna catch your ass slipping. The world is mine. Set me up. wet me up, lay me in the dust, hurt guns, bust, but you fools couldn't shut me up. Touch one of mine. On everything I own, I'll destroy everything you touch. Play the game, nigga. All out warfare. Eye for eye. Another word to a bitch, nigga. Why you lie? Now you gotta watch your back. Nigga, watch your front. See all the guns cocked, buck, at touch. Listen, if it's really on like that, and it's shooting beef, and you ain't supposed to be talking about these niggas set you up and wet you up and all of that, bro. Much as I love Pop, that was a classic dry snitch, bro. You see, I know word for word, minus one here or there over the years, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's why I said he dry snitch, bro. Niggas don't want to keep it G, but that's just the facts of the matter, bro. Niggas supposed to handle that in the street. Ain't nothing to be said. Not when it's on some gangster shit like that. Didn't the police go question Tata about that shit? I'm just saying, Tata ended up going to feds or some other shit. But when you get investigations started because you implicating peoples in crime, niggas get all kind of other cases. They might not even go to jail for the case you implicate them in, but they get investigations start about that crime, and then they catch niggas with blowers. They catch niggas moving work. They catch niggas knocking shit down, robberies, all kind of shit, bro. That was a dry snitch. Let's go.
He put in a song that says he did it about me. And I said, I did, you know, that's me talking about you. The song was, you ain't never had a friend like me. I take your collect calls, you get shot at the last Hennessy. And as we riding down Las Vegas Boulevard, the police ran us off the divider and fucked the tires up and pulled guns on us and was talking about killing us. So I always think about that.
Man.
For a long time, I wasn't able to listen to Tupac's music because it put me in a place of anger, rage. And my mother, who passed away when I was in county jail, always told me God loves me. And I know I'm not perfect. And I take accountability of everything I do. And I listen to my mother to try to make myself better, to improve myself. And I'm going to say this, and it's very important I say this because it's true. Some people can't be helped. There's a guy named Reggie Wright Jr., and I say this guy's name a lot because he keeps lying all over the internet about Tupac, and he know what he did. So when I knew that he was trying to kill himself because he can't walk and he got to wear steamy shoes to make himself better, he got a great mother. I even know his father. So when everybody was laughing and said he wanted to commit suicide, I called him to give me some encouragement. He goes and take that to be negative and try to bring down everyone, mainly because he hates Tupac. If anybody had a lot of involvement of the Tupac situation, I know Perk Bud had his hands in it. I know the fact that people can get a show and call it Bomb First behind Tupac's fame in his songs. And every person they bring on that show talks bad about Tupac. Talking about he was raped, he was a punk, he was scary, he was stupid. All these things are definitely not true. This person involvement of assassination of Tupac Shakur. I do know one thing. Crooked cops destroyed hip-hop. When I talked to Tupac and I said, look, man, you and Biggie need to do an album together on Death Row, of course. We can make it 4 CDs in one package. Reason why I said that, I was in the hotel room, me and Tupac. all the bitches was, in the bedroom, in the living room, the penthouse talking. And he was on the phone with Biggie. When they having their conversation, I didn't see enemies. I seen that Tupac was hurt because he loved Biggie. And I knew Biggie loved Tupac.
I agree, Brian.
The reason we bothered Tupac so much about Biggie because he felt Biggie set him up when he got shot.
The people versus
in the studio in New York. And that's all he wanted to say. But Biggie, I used to beg a bitch to let you sleep on the couch. Biggie, I always held you down. You my brother. At least you was my brother. And then now he put Biggie on speaker. And you can see Biggie telling Pac, I would have never set you up and, get shot. That wasn't me. And then to the point where, to one point, he sort of threw Puffy in the bus. And the reason why I say sort of, because he said, Pac, you my man. He said, that's more like
pork butt with his
well, he said, I ain't gonna say all that.
In his ass,
basically, I wouldn't have did that to you. And I could see Tupac was relieved, but he was still angry at the fact he felt that Biggie didn't do nothing to stop it. So me being a businessman, me being an older brother to Tupac, I said, man, seeing you got your answers. I said, I could tell you down about the situation. He said, man, you know what? He said, Biggie's my brother, man, but I hate the motherfucker, but sometimes I love the motherfucker. And he had that old Tupac laugh and agreeing about it. Had a big grin. But I'm going to say this before I go.
We got a couple more minutes. I'm going to change the poll, but let me give y'all the numbers of the poll, and then we're going to talk, and then we're going to get into the Veggie Wrong video. Bomb first. They dropped it out. I guarantee you some of the shit that he put on there I heard was the same shit he was talking about when we was on the phone with Tata yesterday, which wasn't supposed to be released. But I see Tata just sent me the link. So I guess he knows that the nigga released it, right? But I'll see what's up with that later. But the nigga have the feds recently talked to Suge about Tupac's death. 57% say yeah. It's not a coincidence that he's on Pierce Morgan's show, that he's on CUOMO's show, nigga, implicating people in the death of Tupac Shakur, bro. So 23% don't believe that, but then 20% more believe that Suge is working to get out of jail. And that's 140 votes on that poll. 57% believe that Suge has already talked to the people about Tupac's death. 20% say he's working to get out of jail, and 23% don't believe he already talked to the feds. But that's nasty work. That's 77% believe that Suge has talked to the feds about Tupac now. You know what I'm saying? So that's shit, bro. 3 out of 4 people in our chat believe Suge is all bad as far as his morals and all of that type of shit. We're going to get into it deeper, because if that's true, I vote with y'all. If that's true, then it's Suge's life in danger. You know what I'm saying? We'll get into that later. Matter of fact, I'm finna make that one right now. Is Suge's life in danger? Let's go.
Dick Carter was a friend of mine who happened to pass away by accident that I'm in it for. And to the point where his family was suing me. I told David Kenner, he related to the lawyer representative named Lance, that I would give the Carters, the mother I mean, the wife and the 2 daughters, $2 million apiece. I was prepared to give them $6 million. They was going back and forth to get it done. Attorney Jasmine Mine got involved and then they helped get the situation for Kenner. But I felt bad because they said, we don't got to give them that. They dumb. We're going to give them less than that because they dumb. Lance made me angry because he told Kenner and them that Lydia Carter is a drunk, but who wouldn't be a drunk? You lose your husband. She said she's a drunk alcoholic and her breath smell like shit. Her breath always stinks. That pissed me off. But more importantly, Lance sold the Carters out.
At that light cut is out just coming in.
Attorney Jasmine Mines got involved, and she being a woman, I knew that was going to change the whole, not that she's not smart, but it was going to change the whole look of the case. And then when you look at the thing in court, in the settlement, the last day in court, you got Lydia Carter and the 2 daughters sitting on one side. You got David Kenner, Attorney Jasmine Mine, and you got Lance sitting next to Jasmine on my side.
Crazy stuff.
The Carters and saying that he sold them out because he rather sit next to a pretty girl.
Crazy stuff. Suge Knight, we've run out of time, unfortunately. It's been fascinating to talking to you on Uncensored. I really appreciate
great talking to you. I'm out of time myself. Hey, put it to you like this. I ain't saying I'm perfect, but I am Suge Knight. I'm out.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Piers Morgan Uncensored is proudly independent.
Nasty work, man. So we're going to stop sharing that and talk about some of the things that we heard. Let me ask y'all this. This is a whole nother question, right? So we got the new, the new poll. Is Suge Knight life in danger? Will he die in prison? 41% don't believe his life in danger and he won't die in prison. 37% believe his life is in danger and he will die in prison. And 25% believe he's about to be paroled early. I guess they saying he working. But let's talk about this. And this is really fucked. It's the bottom line, unapologetically. I don't give a fuck what rat it is, what kind of job the nigga got. If you are a motherfucking rat, I'm going to call it. I talked to Reggie Wright. He's all kind. I called Reggie Wright when he did the rat shit, talking about whack, that where he released the audio talking about whack life in danger. I told him, nigga, use a rat. This exactly why we flame you up and you want to get mad, nigga. Use the police. You think like the police, nigga. But because Suge used to have a couple $100 million, used to be a mogul for death row before he was bamboozled out of that company by Jimmy Iovine, Snoop Dogg, Harry O, Daz, all of these people with lawsuits against him and all of that, right? And all kind of other shit that went through, right? The crooked police, he ain't lying about a lot of that shit. But that's the whole point. I don't give a fuck if you had that right now. A rat is a rat, bro. There's no justification for ratting. Now, if he wasn't just on there talking about Eastside Paru and the homies this, and like he was a gang member at almost, how old is he? About 58, 60 or something? Then a nigga be like, man, that old ass nigga's a civilian, but he's in prison on a PC yard still perpetrating a fraud. You can't do it, bro. Not on my watch. Not at the same time come and implicate niggas in crimes. And then I get how a lot of people feel, though. A lot of people feel These niggas lined that nigga up. Salute to Brian Deal. Salute, bro. We got the Zell. So a lot of people feel that that he was bamboozled. I believe wholeheartedly, 100% of in my heart, believe. I don't know. I wasn't there. Believe that Jimmy Iovine, Suge Knight, the Crooked Police, David Canner, all of them dudes worked together to not only get Suge locked up on that first violation and keep him in there, to keep him locked up on his habeas corpus that just passed, and was trying to set him up. Scandalous just did the video where Reggie Wright allegedly called the police and told them that Suge is being protected by blood gang members and they're armed. And the police get on him and try to pull him over, but MC Hammer jump in front of the police in the Hummer, which stopped them and allowed them to evade the police. So there's a lot of evidence that supports what he's saying as fact. And I wholeheartedly believe that. If you don't, we can agree to disagree. But just because me and Yael get on the case and I start snitching on Yael had the gun. He moved the security guard, made the manager open the vote. He had the gun. And I was just the lookout and the getaway driver. And then Yael, they gonna say, Yael, man, Duke Sims already ratted on you, and they play the tape. And then he say, man, Duke Sims the one that gave me the gun. Duke Sims, a matter of fact, the nigga Duke Sims shot a bitch in Hollywood on the Blade in 1991. That justifies what he did because I ratted first. We both rats at that point. And that's just the bottom line about it. It's a rap. This is the battle of the rodents, nigga. Marsupials, nigga. Who's going to be the big rat? Kangaroo type rat, nigga, size rat, nigga, in the game. A lot of these dudes, that's in the game is they get leverage over. These dudes is gatekeepers. So people be like, man, it's fucked up. You know, Suge got bamboozled out of that company. It's a sad story and all of that shit. But Suge is a man. And Suge makes decisions on his own. And the same thing, Suge brought those police around him. Right? Suge had the police working for him. So when it was working for you, it was cool. You would play the Mountaineers game. You would be the house nigga. Jimmy Iovine could be your best friend. But as soon as the devil come out with that pitchfork and start poking you with that motherfucker, whipping you with the pen and the pitchfork, you scream bloody murder. You can't have it both ways, Suge. And if Duke Sims told on Yael, and Yael did a crime with Duke Sims, or let me know about this bank robbery and the hypothetical that we gave, Yael, if he's a stand-up nigga, is going to bite that bullet, accept responsibility for his actions, take his time and get on, and when he see me, either beat my ass, knock me down, expose me, or just leave me the fuck alone. It's up to him what he does at that point. But as a man, just because one person told on you doesn't justify you telling on everybody else, bro. And the fact that a lot of people tries to find ways to justify that is crazy. Sherman Myers, we just got, let me see if any of the, salute for the $10 cash app. Let me see, maybe he left a message. Completed, recipient. Yeah, I don't see no yeah, salute for standing on business. $10 cash app. That's good looking. I'ma send y'all L5 of that. Mike B, what it do? LA shot caller in here. Bomb first. Nah, fam. Reggie need oxygen first before he bombs on everything. Man, listen. Reggie imposes no threat physically. But Reggie is a manipulative piece of shit. I don't know who's worse, bro. That's going to be my poll. Who is worse? Because Suge knew better. Like I said, Big U said, hold him to the highest of standard. Suge knew better, bro. So him doing this, he's supposed to be held at a higher standard than he felt it. Damn, Suge, don't do it. Reconsider. Read some literature on the subject. Yeah, BBL, they had you come and spinning you now. You there, nasty work. De Niro, he gonna pass out trying to get out that wheelchair and bomb on anything. Man, Reggie ain't gonna bomb on nothing, man. You're done out here, Lloyd Lakes, boy, you're down out here, Lloyd Lakes, boy, and Reggie's informant. Damn, what information I gave Reggie? God damn. Tell Reggie, because his phone been hacked more than likely. And he probably recorded me just like we recorded every time we talk to that nigga, right? Tell Reggie to release the information I provided him. Slim Reaper, what up? I picked up working to get out of jail. Deuce, bro. I think he's seen so many come home and he's had enough now. His kids are how old now? I hope he's not though. If not, he still has 9 to 10 years to go. Yeah, Suge throwing sneak disses. Nah, that nigga being blatant. Should have came to Ohio. Oh, they talking. Suge suited up like Damon at Friday after next party. Oh, shit. After Friday after next. Yeah, next Friday. Right. Mike B, salute. But is this Reggie got a new hover around car there? He wheezes plugging it in. What's a hover around? That's like a breathing machine or something. But let's talk about this. So now we got past the Suge being a rat. Okay, Suge is ratting, and I'm quite sure he ain't gonna rat for free. He definitely got something working in his favor, and more than likely already talked with the authorities. I don't know if it's the feds. I don't know if it's the Vegas police. I don't know if it's LAPD or whoever. He's trying to get out of jail. It appears he's trying to get out of jail, and that's what's motivating him to do this after the habeas corpus petition was shot down at that level. Now, he can refile that at the next level, which I believe he's already in the Fed. So that means, no, he's state. So maybe it's the California Supreme Court is the next level, or if he already passed the California Supreme Court, he'll be in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, and they could review for any errors or whatever. But is Suge life in danger? Let me see what y'all talking about in there. Suge been wanting to get this off for years, I bet. Got to be more careful, my baby. Damn, boiled eggs up the ass is the real life definition of the Keister bunny. AB, he wheezed to it. Suge just finding out a lot of this information. Yeah, just finding it out, and he made sure he doing it. Deuce the rat. God damn, Suge Pop. AB, Deuce the rat, real eyes, really in his feelings. Let me see. Pork butt and eggs for $600 on a good night equals a rat platter. Sugar Fatty, Piers Morgan is so out of his league interviewing street niggas. Eggs Benedict up your anus is nasty work. Hey, Daz, stay mad at shit because that nigga Daz produced all them beats, and that nigga was that nigga the court ruled. I think Daz got judgment like 60 million. Nigga, that nigga did My Ambitions of a Rider. That nigga did a gang of that shit for Pac, bro. And a gang of that Dog Pound and Snoop Dogg shit. That nigga Daz on the beast is an animal. Didn't know you was Lloyd Lakes and Reginald Wright Jr.'s informant. God damn, I'm the informant because I said Suge. Gotta call a ball and a striker. Hey man, the guy tell you know that's the only way we gonna do it over here. You think that Yael is gonna allow me to sugarcoat a rat on the Damu and Kiwe conversations without arguing until his head hurt? This live would never end, nigga, until his point was fuck that. The nigga's a rat, nigga. Nigga, I don't give a fuck if he a Damu homie him. Nigga, because if it was me, we would do a great content, do Sam. Salute on Real TV. Appreciate it. Picture plenty pussies. Do Sims, Radavelli. 1,000% a motherfucking G. Right. Rat platter. Hashtag. Picture plenty. You're the fraud. You got your tooth knocked out and was using dildos with Lloyd Lake. Still giving up movie details for noodles and cookies. God damn. And you are speaking to Reggie personally. Yeah, I line his ass up for content all the time. 5 pounds of pork butt, please. Sliced ends. Now, Tata is different. I respect Tata. That's my partner. We hung out every day when I was in the pen. I get off the basketball court or come for work. Me and him going to be talking about business. You know what I'm saying? It's music. You know what I'm saying? No cheese, still poison. In fact, he was one of the only homies that knew Suge and vouched that Suge Simon was his boy. You woke up the real. How many years was Suge sitting in jail listening to all the shit people were talking on his name? He lost death row too. I think he's had enough at this stage of his life. He was no angel either. Yeah. Hey, got a pork sandwich? BBL, come on. Oh, next time is jumping here. Don't try to say a little truth to act impartial. You a rat with Reggie and Lloyd Lake. How is Deuce Sims a rat? And how is Lloyd Lake a rat? You saying it don't make it true. Ricky, this is what no selective politics look like. Yeah, man. De Niro Jones, a point. Get offline, Denver Lane reject. Damn, I'm a Denver Lane reject. Why the fuck am I a Denver Lane reject? I never lived in Pasadena. They say the early bird get the worm, but the second rat get the cheese. Oh, free Big Suge. Word is out on you. Free Big Suge for sure, for sure. Program X5, doing content and calling motherfuckers rats is doing police content and calling motherfuckers rat as well. Well, let me get to the police content. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? We got the trolls in here. Hey, trolls, make sure y'all hit that like button while y'all up in here. Don't as long as they ain't dissing no sets, don't kick them out. You know what I'm saying? Let them up in this mud. Let's go. We got pork butt on bomb first and gloves off in the Rat Fest, the Death Row alum Rat Fest. Let's go. Got Tata on here.
Bomb first. What up? What up? Yep. See, Mr. Herpes can't stop talking. Oh, he can't stop talking. I told y'all this clown likes to weaponize and use Tupac's death as a weapon and blame it on everybody that he don't like. Snoop, Reggie, David Kenner, Sharitha when he was mad at her. Everybody that he don't like, he just used it as a weapon. But it's cool. It's cool. You know, ever since he been talking, and you know, oh man, I had got a call today. You know, because everybody love
I'm gonna call y'all
When
back.
I told everybody about how he like to bend over and get on
New slime
all
was happening.
fours and have his girl do with Big Black what he likes. I hear he's in there now with some dudes, and that made me think, man, all the packages I used to send. I was like, damn. All the packages I was sending, that's why I was sending no packages to those dudes when he was in jail. Because they were doing what he liked.
We got another super chat.
I knew he used to always.
Peace, just me.
Third. We got Peach. We got Peach, just me. Great content, fellas, with the hearts, man. $2 super chat, man. Peach, just me. Thank you. Anything and everything that is given to the Damu Kiwe conversation team is highly appreciated. Salute to you, your family, and your tribe.
Yeah, the homie, shout out to homie Don D for Villain. He say blood just talk too much. That shit caught up with blood. You know what I'm saying? See, me and Baby Don was up in them USPs. Baby Don got a good name too, just like Deuce Sims, man. And so we kind of learned how to politics through the same people, bro, and how it go. That nigga Suge is wrong, bro. Y'all niggas going whether he right or wrong, y'all niggas gonna ride with him, and that's wrong. You niggas as foul as he is. Let's go.
Say gay stuff like, if you flip, you flop. If you flip, you flop. And he got a big kick out saying that all the time. I always wondered what he meant by that, but now I know what he talking about. But gonna tell this little story. It's story time. We're gonna get story times. Cause I had a cop friend call me and he was like, Red. He said, I heard some things on the internet and I've been hearing about this. And he said, I want to come clean with you. He said, you know, Suge paid me some money, like 10 G's back in the day, because he was mad that Rock wouldn't turn his car in. And he said, you know, he told me that Rock was riding around with this stash box and how to open it, because, you know, nobody know how to open it. Back then in the 90s, nobody didn't know how to know. You had to only the people that operated the car know how to open it. And he said he explained to Suge Suge explained to him how to open it, but he really wanted the car to get impounded so he could get his car back. But by then, Rocket did some, you know, he had went down and changed it over to his name or something. But when he heard that Rock died, he said, man, I feel bad, man, that boy died. He thought he died in prison. I said, no, he ain't got out. He ain't got out. He said, oh, okay, that's good. At least he got a chance to be with his loved ones. I said, but you know, the only reason he let him out because he was sick. And he said, you know, you should wanted that boy institutionalized and arrested and told him all the stuff where Rock was riding around with that gun
Slim Reaper
behind a car. So that nigga had a Paru, one of his little homies, put in jail behind a car and paid somebody to hunt Rock down, find him, and have him arrested. Damn. I couldn't believe that.
Hey,
When
hold
I
on.
heard
Wait.
He said,
this is the dude calling everybody rats. So look at this clown. He say, so you can't tell on informants the game is rigged. So you looking to tell already, huh? But we the informants. And ask you,
you know, everything was up and up, how he got it. But he said he wasn't thinking about Rock. He wouldn't even been worried about that car. So if Suge wouldn't have asked him and told him and gave him heads up how Rock was riding around dirty. and had that man put in jail. I had always denied it. I didn't believe it. Anybody from the hood, everybody done heard the story of how Rock was mad and he started hollering when he first went to jail. That's Reggie and Suge. That's Reggie and Suge. I'm telling you, Reggie had nothing to do with this. But Suge Knight, that's how they play. I always wonder why. Gotta tell the story because I have a buddy rule, Rat Dog, kids of age now. Hopefully they know. Hopefully they know the truth of how their daddy got killed. But they don't. It's gonna be story time. Tell the rumors that I heard.
Bo
What I heard and what I believe.
Hit that like button, bro.
But man, a lot of people are saying, Red, what did you say? What you said? And I hate saying this because I know this opened up wounds for the McDonald's family. But they all know this and everybody know this. So Suge had promised Buntry, he kept promising Buntry a check for $1 million. And when he come home, he kept promising, telling him that, got $1 million for you. But when Suge came home, he was doing bad. He didn't have it like that. We was robbing Peter to pay Paul. Just paying books. Making things happen. And so I won't let y'all hear this from somebody other than me, because I know everybody be like, Reg, you just mad at him right now, and you lying. You lying on him. You lying. I won't let y'all hear this from my boy Tata, San Diego. He the guy that Bunchy brought around. Him and Bunchy was tight. Anybody know about Tata from Bay Area, from San Diego? Y'all know how him and Bunchy was.
Initiated as an outlaw.
And that's when the guy that y'all done heard, Suge, when he said this bullshit.
Tata, you bitch ass nigga, I'm gonna beat the dog shit out you.
And he gonna be the first
Sign a rapper.
You remember when he said that on TMZ, y'all? So it ain't like niggas just saying this shit.
No, don't shoot
because the niggas behind walls.
Let them troll.
My nigga Tata said this shit when he was free. And y'all know me and Tata said what we had to say way back in 2012 when that nigga was free. But you know what? Let me get Tata on the phone so y'all can listen to him.
Yeah.
Since everything Reggie Wright says is a lie. Always lying on Suge because I'm a scorn bitch or something. Hold on, John. Give me a second.
The Rat
regarding that
Olympics
video about that waiver, I called everybody I knew that possibly knew him and said, you tell him I'll sign that waiver and we can do it wherever. Bring 3 and I bring 3. I didn't hear back from him. I called Timmy Rue. I called who else did I call? I called Trey. I called Bob Gotti. I called you. I called Wack. I called Wacko maybe. Everybody that might know him or lying on him and tell him I'll sign the waiver. I called him. No, never heard nothing back from him. He gets WWF, nickname Hulk Hogan.
Tata, what up, baby?
What up, Reg? It's been a minute. I knew I was gonna hear from you any day.
Right.
Tell that
you
story.
Right, Matrix, my bad.
Tell a couple stories about our snitch ass friend, Suge motherfucking Knight.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say RIP to my homeboy Buntry. That was my good buddy, We used to talk a lot. That's how come I knew so much stuff that was happening.
Okay.
And I wanted, any disrespect to the family, I apologize, but I feel like it's relevant to some of the things that happened later on. So while Buntry was out, he had it kind of hard. He wasn't paying him. I think he was giving him like $500 every week or 2 weeks. And Buntry was like, don't trip though, because he's giving me $1 million when he come home. Now you
Mo here, what up?
Buntry been thinking this for about a year now. Now he finally come home and he keep talking about this $1 million, but I know from talking to you that it ain't even $1 million in the account. So I'm telling Buntry, you ain't getting it, bro. It ain't even there. I'm telling you, he's like, he know not to play with me like that. This carried on for a couple months. Then one day he called me and he's like, I slapped that bitch. And I'm like, who are you talking about? He said, Simon, playing with me and my money. I said, what did he do? He said he didn't do nothing. He put his head down and held his face and walked away like the bitch that he is. And that's what he told me, And that was the story. Kept playing but with that money that he was going to give him. And Bunchy said,
Now, Tata, why you telling this story? Because you mad at him, homie.
look,
But
look, I've been told people the story right after Bunchy called me and told me. I told people in my circle, my friends, what happened. So people been knowing this story. I guess ain't been out there from him calling me because I'm the one that got him slapped. And I even go further. Gangster used to, my boy from the Comrades, he, you know, G, he used to say, man, tell Buntry and them Suge getting cheap labor. And I used to play with him. And he used to say, bad boy pay his people pretty good. And Buntry and them getting cheap labor. Yeah. Bad boy was paying. I guess he was talking about Wolf and them or whoever his security were, how well they were living compared to Buntry and them. And I know what really got Buntry hot all that time, he was taking all the money to the girl. You know, he was dropping it off, some of it for sure. And so he was like, oh, I know he's gonna look out for me when he come home from all this money he gets been giving away. So, you know, you gotta think you'd be frustrated too if you sat there a year and you think you're suffering, doing all this stuff, but at the end of the day, you got $1 million coming and you believe it. He believed that. He was dependent on that money. About that check bouncing. You know, he wrote him that $1 million check and it didn't clear. And that's another reason why he got slapped, because he thought he had it and it ended up not clearing.
Okay,
So,
you know, Tata, you know, after telling this story, Suge only weapon he got is to say that you killed Tupac or Biggie. So just stand by. You know you're gonna be wanted for one of those. He gonna be weaponizing that to get everybody to turn against you.
man, I'm not worried about that. I introduced them to the Indians, right? Down here at Saquon. My boy Michael Michaels, or back then he went by Michael Pettifor, right? And he got a lot of juice up there at Saquon. And so I introduced Suge and put him in their box, and I didn't know that Suge was going behind my back, going up there telling all kinds of stuff that blew up a whole bunch of things. But one of my boys from the tribe had told me, he was like, man, why is Suge doing that? And he told me everything he was doing. So when I heard that, oh, now my blood pressure is up, you know. I put an APB out on him, you know, between me and my friends. I call him Hulk Hogan because he's, you know, WWF. He's an actor because I know everything about him. So my boy called me like, Hulk Hogan's at the Dollhouse. That's a club in downtown San Diego. So I said, okay, give me 20 minutes. I'll be down there. I get up, I brush my teeth, wash my face, drink me a little coffee, and I head down there. Now I know I'm about to go down there and really put him in a bad situation, you know. So when I get to the club, I call my boy Matt Cohen. Guess he go by Hater Proof. And I'm like, Matt, come get me at the front and walk me to the DJ booth. So when I get in there, I make the DJ turn the music all the way down so the whole club can hear what I'm telling them. And I chastise him like a little boy, you know what I mean? I talk bad about him. Put it like this, if King Kong would have said what I said to him to me, King Kong would have got fired on. That's how disrespectful it was. You know, I pushed him. I did all kinds of things to him.
And he wouldn't do nothing.
And he wouldn't do nothing. Put his head down. And
man, you know what, Tata, we gotta say this.
A lot of people, but let me tell you how his demeanor is. So when I first walked up to him, he pushed his hand out to me and I slap it down. Right? I slap his hand down. He got a cigar and he's looking around. He with a few of the homies from, you know, the L, you know, Lincoln area, right? So he look at them, he think they gonna help him. But these are some of my partners, and they look, we have a little, you know, silent communication. We get an understanding. Now he knows it's just me and him now. They point at him and point at me like this is between y'all. He put his head down now. Now I go to work on him because I know what kind of stuff he got is, you know? So I chastise him. That's how come I know he got slapped and didn't do nothing. And that's why he's over there on the PC yard right now, because he can't go out there on the main line. And he sit there and make up excuses. He ain't filed one motion.
I heard you got a boyfriend in there. I heard you got a boyfriend in there.
I'm going to tell him what my boy Victor said if he said something about me. I'm not going to say, I just put it like this. My boy Victor told me what you got going on over there in Donovan. So leave me alone, bro.
I heard what Tata say, how he know for a fact Suge got the shit slapped out of him by Buntry. Did y'all catch that? Y'all hear that? Well, I had always denied it because y'all know I used to try to protect Suge and his little image. But y'all just heard it for yourselves. Suge got the shit slapped out of him.
I know for sure they fell out. I watched him slap the shit out of Suge. Nigga, a month before he got killed, nigga. Yeah, the check wasn't right. Wasn't what it was supposed to be. A bunch got tired of nigga playing with him. So I slapped the cold like shit out of him. I mean, I felt it.
So it makes me wonder. It's like, damn, that nigga promised a piece of a movie deal and this and that when he get out to the dude that, you know, some people have something to do with the murder of Montreal. And I never understood how he could still be communicating with.
Not only did let's get back to the chat real quick. We got a super chat, y'all.
Another super chat. Iceman Vamp with the $5 super chat. If Reggie thought Suge would try to implicate Tata after this call, why release the call, dummy? Man, anything and everything that is given to the Damu Kiwe conversations, highly appreciated. Salute to you, your family, and your tribe.
Damn, that's crazy. Let's knock this out. Active in the chat. Hit that like button if you're just coming in. Let's finish this off.
But it all starting to make sense to me now. Because after he got the shit slapped out of him, he cut the check, right? But I heard then he got, you know, killed, unalive. And I heard the check all of a sudden got a stop payment on it. Or bounce. I'll be honest, I forget one of the two. And boy, oh boy. Shit is starting to add up to me now. Shit is starting to add up. Is that why a bunch of got unalive? Because Suge was mad for getting the shit slapped out of him? Or because he had to cut that check for $1 million, a bunch of that he had promised him? I don't know. He's still claiming for our rules. Niggas let him play. I guess when you're on a yard that he's on, you know, sensitive need yard, with all celebrity yard or whatever they want to call it, I guess you can walk around, get on the phone, and talk all tough and stuff. But man.
Hella concept in it.
Hey, Hank. Anybody know Hank Granberry? I hear you in there with him.
Hey, that's
you want to hear some of the stories Suge got to say about what niggas doing to you in there? Hank. This nigga talked about your brother Donald so bad. He say, Donald? He said the daddy, Donald, Hank, all those niggas is like that. Couldn't believe it. Yeah, Rock told us how you used to go and come out of the cell. They say you only go to the peel line and back to your cell. Yeah. Say I'm lying on that. You know who you be talking to. You know who be talking to Rock. He told us, dog. You bitch ass nigga. Peace, mom, first. Go take your meds so you can come home. You won't have to die in there.
So, there you go. Reggie says, and the old boy in the back, and Tata all saying the nigga Suge played games with Buntry money, and it was supposed to be $100 million check, and it's bounced or whatever it was. He didn't get his $1 million. Suge played with him, and or didn't have it, and just couldn't tell him that after he done promised him. So he got what he had coming, allegedly, and was slapped like a bitch. So I'm saying, where old boy at that was in there defending Suge? So you fuck with Yeez and Rats, huh? That's the type of niggas you over here defending. What that make you? You know what I'm saying? Reggie got to get potty trained. That all the other shit, who knows? Reggie lies. Shit, Reggie was the one passing the rumor. Tata was bending me over. Reggie to send me the bull. Wait, what did he say? Of Death Row. Yeah, I think him and Suge both in competition. Who car was Buntry in when he got shot? Reggie's. Reggie said Suge gonna die in jail, but Veggie's gonna die in that wheelchair. Lou, all them people he had done in probably show up when the lights off, especially Pac and Big. Selena, I can smell it from here. I was hearing in Atlanta, and know the nigga who owns the club. Suge didn't have nothing to do with Buntry getting hit. My crew hung at the club when that shit happened. That's a lie. Right. Wasn't it Veggie's car? Yeah, it was in Veggie's name or Death Row name. One or two. Veggie says one thing, but that you take anything Reggie say, you take with a grain of salt, bro. He has no credibility. Monique, yikes. And Veggie mad. Suge said he had lobster claw. No, the lobster claws is dead. He never let that one down. I got to start implementing that one in. Lobster claws on pork butt. You know what I'm saying? But listen, bro. Suge, the West Coast is really holding the L right now. These two niggas who both know all the secrets of Death Row, they both was some grimy, slimy ass niggas, right? And they both know each other's dirt. And it's gloves off slugfest. We know Reggie's a piece of shit. 137 confidential source. We know that he was dirty macking Suge, hating on him every step of the way, and even trying to take over Suge company. When Suge looked out for him with a security deal, put him as general manager of Death Row while he was out. Miss Chalet was the boss, the only one who was supposed to have been able to sign the checks. But now you got to start looking at Suge and holding him accountable too. First, you come out after they deny your habeas corpus, like, fuck that, I'm getting out of jail. Who don't like it, fuck them. I'm getting out of jail. And you go on some of the biggest platforms in the world. Fuck going on No Jumper. This nigga went on CUOMO and then the other Mountaineer. Nigga, this is bigger than hip-hop. This shit bigger than Nino Brown. That nigga Suge ain't playing, man. Suge got to set these marks out for real. He on CNN with the hood politics. Oh, okay, Selena, this tequila got me serious shit. Here's my question. Why does Suge talk to Reggie knowing what he's known? Bro, that's the weirdest shit in the world. You talk to Reggie, you rehire Kenner, right? If you know all of this shit, why did you do this? Why did you hire Kenner? You know he wanted to keep you in jail since the parole violation. You know he was supposed to show up to court when you had the ruling in default that cost you to lose your company. They got audio of Harry O talking to his lawyer, and they were talking to Jimmy Iovine. Jimmy's the one that told you to hire real police. You've been lined up for the lineup for the whole time, but you thought in your heart you was different. That massa wasn't gonna whip you and beat you and buck break you. I'm sure Diddy thought the same thing. See, what I'm learning about this industry shit, it's a lot of secrets going on. All of these niggas who had those positions of power were around all of these secrets. These people not finna give them secrets up around people unless they got secrets on them. So now they all got secrets on each other. And now it's all coming out. You got Suge implicating Reggie and Snoop and Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine and David Kenner and unaliving Pac or having something to do with it or wanting Pac dead. You got Reggie implicating Suge in Montreal's unaliving. The crazy shit, Mob James already told him his family is crying and all of that. Trust me when I tell you, it's no holds barred. As much as that nigga protect Mob James and try to defend Mob James, that nigga ran that content knowing that it was going to have their family members reliving and opening up sore wounds. They gone too far. This is not going to, but Wack talks to Stutterbox. Suge talks and wants to say Wack. Reggie protects Suge until he throw lugs at him and jabs at him. Now there's no holds barred. The WWE Death Row alum, nigga. Let's see what they talking about in the chat, man. Then we're going to get to the poll. Yeah, you got anything you want to say about this shit?
Oh, man. I told niggas a long time ago, man, the industry is a very dirty.
You did tell me that. I ain't even going to lie, bro. I was so naive when you told me that. I like this conspiracy theory ass thing. I know they got the weird shit, but I didn't think it was that prevalent. But to get to a certain level, past a certain level, yeah.
And the sad part about it is, dudes, it's like you see artists that really got talent out here, man. I'm talking about me and yourself, man. We didn't got millions of views, been on radio, all of this stuff, have our accolades. We didn't have to sell out to do that. It was all off of grind, experience, authenticity, really coming from where we come from, being pillars of the community, really coming from that community. You know what I'm saying? And like, we didn't have to do it no other way. You know what I'm saying? And then you get these dudes that get sold these dreams, bro. And it be so in their face, they don't even, it's like they're blinded by the black and white paper with that John Hancock that they're going to have to sign. But they don't even know John Hancock, the signature, is really the John, the man who wants his hand on your cock so he can plot and have secrets on you the whole time. Because these people are sadistic. If they don't see slavery as a blueprint of how they've been controlling us, then they're the same ones that control your checks. Niggas are stupid, man. And you thirsty. You just like CS2 back. You just like all these content creators / YouTubers on the internet that's horny for content. The Most High says, ask for wisdom and he shall give it unto thee. I asked for wisdom. He said, I asked him to take the scabs off of my eyes so I can see what's on the other side. And the other side is the other side of the spectrum when it comes to the industry and the shit that they're over here doing, placing agendas on our melanated people and keeping us at a place mentally to where we think that the success of a melanated person when they get around these individuals is just genuine. And it's fucking not. You niggas is just not gonna believe it until it's gonna be another major mogul, another major artist being prostituted, exposed, exploited, And then somebody coming out with the secrets like, yeah, man, the whole time this dude was getting this and this and that and that and this, and he tried to tell me and I didn't want to listen, and then they unalive him or something. Or they go crazy off of drugs or something. You niggas don't want to listen to Deuce Sims and myself? Guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna go through a hard trial and tribulation. And some people don't make it out of that. I'm not just speaking to the chat. I'm speaking to the ears that's globally listening that want to be artists, content creators, actors, NFL players, NBA players, etc. Sit down with people who can authenticate stuff. Don't be led blindly into shit because you just that thirsty. The grass ain't always greener on the other side. You do know they have fake grass, right? Right? You do know the grass that they claim to be green is fake artificial grass. It ain't real grass. I'm gonna let that sink in for y'all, man. Salute to everybody that tapped in. Salute to the chat. Y'all know that's where it's at. Salute to the moms that was on their job, and salute to the friends that tapped in for the first time. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to this content. Guys, it's set through 2 hours. 2 hours of hot content with the two hottest podcasters on the internet. Bringing you guys the receipts with the authentic voices. Deuce M's, the Don, and Yael, the Kiwe pop star. Damu Kiwe. Conversations.
They said that they saying that the mods on YouTube be two in their emotions. Who got shot? What they do? Listen, man, I gotta salute my mods. If you did something crazy, they gonna get on you. Let's see what they say. BS. The grass green over here and it's real. If I'll be saying BS. Speak to our Hebrew Israelite nation. Please listen. Man, I can't say nothing better than what Yael just said. Yes, that's why the moles leave my neighbor fake grass and fuck my yard up. Tupac dry snitch in the Vibe magazine. I remember that article, but don't remember exactly, but definitely on the realest shit I ever spoke, definitely dry snitched on that. It's like this is a real-time rat race. Literally, everybody telling on everybody else. Yeah, bro, it's nasty. It's nasty work. I feel you, y'all. People have lost their souls off of worldly gangs and trickers. Yeah, I ain't shooting nobody today. Do Sims the Don in the Kiwe pop store, y'all. They be hating on the mod. Damu Kiwe, we don't talk to whack on three ways. Hey, that's a fact. I didn't even shoot. Damu Kiwe, we don't talk to whack on three ways. You know
Oh, make that the slogan. We know it.
Hey, you gotta do it with the Damu Kiwe conversation.
Damu Kiwe, don't talk to whack 100 on three-way. Hey, Deuce.
Yeah.
I want to salute you, brother, because you are a reflection of what hard work is, because we both get up and go to work every day and we work hard, very hard, to the goals and to everything that goes on behind the scenes that is unseen to the eyes that only just sees the content, man. We salute the brothers and sisters that tap in, but most of all, man, salute to you, Deuce, man, because it's hard to get up and go to work every day and get what you really want out the mud, for real. And when everything that glitters, you know, and the things that are gold, it's not worth your soul, man. I just hope you guys really understand that we're really trying to help you guys. And I said it a long time ago, man. Some people will hate you for helping you and love you for, you know, just enabling you, you know. And it is what it is, man.
Yeah. You gotta send me you got Zelle, Yael?
Yeah, it's my number.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to send it to the boy Brian, man. He told me to send it to him. Brian, we're gonna send you Yael Zelle as soon as this live is ended. Let me talk about this. So it's a couple of trolls came in and they saying that Tata is a rat. So let me tell you about Lloyd Lake, right? Lloyd Lake is a businessman, a CEO, someone who I know has and spoken with his sister, his mother. His mother had hit the lotto for who knows how many millions and tried to keep him out the street, but he a Damu and he was taught to get it how he lived. I met him in the feds. Now, Tata, before he come to the feds, brought out the relatives. Maybe y'all heard of Big Y. Maybe y'all heard of Sugar Booger and the relatives. Maybe y'all heard of B Braves. Well, Tata owned that music catalog, and Tata was supposed to be the one financially invested into Active Chucks. You understand what I'm saying? So when niggas say Deuce Sims don't know nobody, y'all listen to CS through back. Deuce Sims didn't have feet in the industry and didn't have plugs and didn't know nobody. Well, he's one of them. When Tata did, when Suge was in jail, Tata and Reggie Wright Jr. were put together Two Gangsters for Radio soundtrack. Tata with his connections, he helped, and Suge, and obviously Reggie was in that. So they had a business relationship. Tata never did illegal crimes or nothing with Reggie because he know Reggie was the police. You know what I'm saying? Tata was around with Bunch Real. Tata was around with Neckbone and all of the Pyrus and Bloods. That's his relationship and around. In about 2000 and something, when Reggie Bush was fucking with Kim Kardashian, he's from San Diego. Tata and them was starting a sports agency. So this is for those who don't know. So this record label executive who has the finances and still moving weed at the time. I think he got caught with like 600 pounds of weed, right? But this same dude with all of these resources is starting this sports agency, and Reggie Bush and his stepfather is telling them they're going to sign with him, but they need money for their home, housing. Reggie is dating Kim Kardashian. He needs to be at the Laker game. So Tata gave them, I think, in upwards of $800,000 worth of gifts and taking care of them because Reggie is signing with his sports agency. Well, the day Reggie went to the NBA, to the NFL, and got $56 million, he called Tata and told him that he was signing with the Mountaineers. Tata said, well, just pay me back my money, add $1 million to it, and we good. You know what I'm saying? No harm, no foul. Reggie Bush said, nah. Reggie Bush went and reported that Tata was trying to extort him. And from there, the whole USC scandal came out. They took Reggie Bush Heisman and all of that. That was a business play, bro. Corporate business. If I invest some money in Yael right now, and I give him a $250,000 budget, and he's supposed to sign the Active Chucks, and after he goes and does something with somebody else, after agreeing verbally in California, a verbal agreement is called an express contract, an expressed agreement. You don't got to believe me, just Google it. California law. It's as good as a contract. An expressed agreement to sign with Active Chucks. And after I helped blow up sections with $250,000 in it, he gonna sign with somebody else. And I say, hey, Yael, bro, what happened? Bro, they came with a bag. Okay, well, give me back my bag. And if you want to move forward, I wish you the best on whatever's going to make you happy. But, nigga, I done invested this much money so that I'm looking for my return on investment. I'm not just giving out money to give out money. And what if Yael said, he's trying to extort me? I say, no, now I'm going to sue you and just get my money back. That's a business deal. So if you want to say that he's a rat on Lloyd Lake is a rat on Reggie Bush, I can understand because you're not a businessman. Any businessman in the industry is going to do the same. especially when y'all is saying that Deuce Sims extorted him, which Yael wouldn't do that. Yael gonna bust a nigga in his shit. He got about 3 videos pulling up on niggas, punching on niggas, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? If it's a problem, if he ain't gonna do nothing, he gonna bust a nigga in the shit. We got another super chat, y'all.
My bad, dude. Say that again.
We got another super chat, bro.
My bad, bro. I'm sneezing this shit.
Damn.
Super chat. We got Drew V salute with the $50 holla super chat. Just a little something to acknowledge and show appreciation to Deuce M's and Yael for sharing the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Man, Drew V, we appreciate you, and anything and everything that is given to the Damu Kiwe conversation is highly appreciated. Salute to you, your family, and your tribe. We appreciate you, brothers and sisters that donated today. Everybody appreciate you.
Right. So if Lloyd Lake is a rat for suing about his business deal, hold on.
That's crazy.
Hold on. Let me get my paperwork now so y'all can the internet can flame me up. Hold on. Let me get it there. Hold on.
Hey, I'm gonna get in chat real quick. Hey, Lou from the Lou, I do not. Yeah, niggas over here.
Hey, here go right here.
Nah, nigga, I'll be over here paranoid like a motherfucker playing some good ass weed.
Yeah, he don't smoke.
Hey, Deuce, I wouldn't be able to do this live. I'll be up out of here like, gotta go.
Yeah, he paranoid. Me too, Deuce. Matter of fact, tonight I peeped that video. Y'all active. I need another drink. Time to roll up. So look, this is Deuce Sims. Remember, Deuce Sims ain't in the industry. Y'all see this? Lamonte Sims versus Amazon.com. Lamonte Sims and Deuce Sims. Because this is me and this is my pseudonym as an artist is registered with ASCAP. Defendants, which means I filed it. Amazon, SoundCloud, John Doe's 1 through 50 inclusive, and YouTube LLC. This was a lawsuit about my business with YouTube and all of these other people. I filed this in pro se. When I got out, I hired an attorney, shout out Lum Law Group, and I was able to reach a settlement and get what I had coming. The same thing as Tata was able to get. The fact that Reggie Bush included the police claiming that that Lloyd Lake was extorting him was him overplaying his hand and being tight and trying to fuck over somebody. And Carmen just landed back on him. Because had he just gave the nigga his money back and the agreement that he had, nobody would have never got it. It would have never went that far. But he refused to do it, which left him only one way to do it. And then you talking about, so now the investigation coming, I'm going to protect myself and get my money without going to jail. And that's what he did. That's what I did. You know what I'm saying? And that's what businessmen do. Now, if you own some super gangster shit and you in the streets, you ain't supposed to understand that. That's above your pay grade, player. You know what I'm saying? Duke Sims, why didn't you hire Suge's fine-ass attorney? Man, I'm trying to hire her now. Hey, listen. The beautiful, what's her name? I forgot. I'm trying to get a consultation, a free consultation to see whether or not she'll take this case on a contingency basis right now against World Star Hip Hop. My other lawyer, I think they got to her. Nigga got Jasmine. Oh, beautiful Jasmine, man. Listen, Jasmine. Lisa, we got that. Lisa, thank you. Salute. Really appreciate it. Let me see. She might have said something. Let me see what she said, man. I got to go over the Cash App because she might have said a message over there. Oh, Lisa, man. Lisa, my next ex-wife. Hold on, let me see. Finished cooking. Hold on. We got to read this. for finished cooking. Wanted to show y'all love. Appreciate that, Queen. You know what I'm saying? Really appreciate that. I might catch a case just because so she can represent me. Brian Dowse.
Don't do that, brother. Stay
Don't
free,
do
brother.
it, brother. It ain't that serious, brother. Cause then you ain't gonna get it. Yes, Lord, she is fine. I'ma record it. Maria gonna beat that ass. Yeah, no, listen. Yeah, Maria gonna with a knife. Maria machete. Maria ain't playing no games about that thing. Hey, I gave my homegirl my vape and she thought it was nicotine. 20 hits later, she couldn't move off my couch for 5 hours. Hey, you out of pocket, bird. She probably don't smoke weed. What did TD say? Karma might run up on you. Smoke you like marijuana. That's what Reggie Bush gets. Hey, that bar by TD was so hard. Nigga, so hard. Salute, I think she knew. But she just sent us some paperwork. Damn. Tomorrow, I'm a bust down the Suge Knight paperwork. Because Jasmine sent Scandalous. I said, why she in Scandalous DM? This nigga getting too big. I'm hating on Scandalous. I'm ready to expose that nigga. You know what I'm saying? That nigga Scandalous was hating on me and Jasmine from the get-go. She hollered at him, my nigga. I'm stepping on his chucks. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Scandalous, watch out. She might be trying to figure out who you are to expose you, brother. Don't fall for it, brother. Stay incognito, Negro.
She sent the some good content, bro. Y'all gonna love that. Lenny Love, you late, but salute, Deuce MJL. Salute to you. You already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Deuce, if you keep on complimenting Jasmine, Maria gonna remind you of a West Side Story. Remind me of a West Side Story. Maria. Oh, leave Scandalous alone. Oh, you take it up for Scandalous? Fuck the union and fuck you and fuck Scandalous. How about that? Yael, this Damu Kiwe, my nigga, ain't no new clicks in that water down the brand, my nigga. See how that last shit turns out with Spider Joke.
Yeah, that ended horrendously, man.
Scandalous Scandinavia.
Oh man,
they say Scandalous is a mountaineer from Europe, bro. Oh, okay, what you cook, Miss Lisa?
You know what I told you was? I said he's a Middle Eastern. Please don't mess with my slurpees.
Brian says Scandalous is the secret weapon, bro. You don't even know, man. He's a blessing from the Most High, man. Yeah, because next ex-wife is diabolical as fuck, Zeus. Yeah, hey, I'm just trolling, man. All union members getting written up tomorrow. Hey, Ricky, let them know. See, now you done started some shit, Scandalous.
Oh, Ricky. Now,
we get the chat and Yael and the chat. And Booker calling in the morning, nigga.
Oh my God!
Y'all know what time it is.
I can only, bro. They don't even know the half of the conversations in the morning. Y'all motherfuckers be starting shit in this chat, and it leads over to the morning conversations. All right, I'm gonna start getting on y'all.
They said Scandalous on the gas station and stinks of spicy rice.
Oh my God! Stop.
They said, no, start Scandalous out. No, bro, I just got off the phone with Scandalous. Lou from Lou said, calling the union rep.
What might be saying?
Sure you heard what happened to the last security guards. My jam with Santana, Maria. As a matter of fact, that's going to be my playlist right now. Experimental lobster, mac and cheese. Oh, my God. Fried cat. Oh, that's what you cook. And I thought you was talking about Lobster and Mac by TD and Critic Cali. Man, let me go out to that. You know what I'm saying? We on some playing shit, man.
Salute.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out my nigga TD, even though he with the union, fuck the union. You know what
TD,
I'm saying?
my guy, one of the most biggest bullshitters.
Yeah. But she said Lobster and Mac. I'm thinking she talked about TD and Critter.
Right.
Lobster and Mac. Let's go. This some real player shit, man. Shout out to the home team, man. Hey, man, Yael got section. Deuce Sims got different B-mix. TD and Critic Cali got Lobster and Mac. Programming, bro. We make good music, bro.
Deuce, I ain't even sent you this. Oh, let me send you the snippet of the new record we working on, man. Salute to the Caribbeans. Salute to the Caribbeans, man. Jamaica, Haiti. Salute to the whole trial of the Caribbean, man. This song was inspired by them Afro beats, man. I cannot wait.
Hey, wait, you want me to play the snippet or no?
Oh no, don't play the snippet yet. They ain't ready for this one.
Oh yes, they said scandals be funny as hell. Y'all don't know. Go ahead.
They're trying to steal, bro. Bro, the industry's so cold. They'll try to steal this idea. You know them snakes be watching our lives, man, trying to get some insight and some,
Yeah. That's not the Afrobeat song you did with that Afrobeat artist.
No, not that one. This is
another one. Like,
yeah, bro.
One.
I can't wait for you to hear this one, dudes. Can't wait for you to hear this one, brother.
Yeah, they said this. Spider did say he was a security guard on the Wheel of Fortune.
Hey, Mike B, you ain't shit.
Scandalous, I got that unsolved mystery voice. I'm calling my union rep. Yeah. Oh, Selena, I forgot to tell you, Selena with the union, bro.
Oh, yeah. We already know what it is. My words be very short, so I'm gonna say this. Yeah, all right. But yeah. So we got Mike B, Lou from the Lou, and Drew V. Out of them three right now, they be coming with some crazy shit in the comments. Crazy. And y'all niggas be having me on one, bro. Salute to all my brothers and sisters in the chat. Y'all know that is where the fuck it's at, man. Salute to y'all, man.
They want to leak that shit. You better.
Oh, they want to hear that shit. They want to hear that shit.
Oh, y'all know how to copyright this shit now.
Hell yeah, motherfucker. About shit. Yeah. Oh yeah, what's the deal? They ain't still about shit, man. Hell no, man.
Hey, we gonna go out on this.
Salute.
Yeah. Good one, Richard.
Some real player shit, man.
Is this thing on? This shit is regular, baby. It's regular, baby. Meaning this shit ain't regular, baby. It ain't regular. Bartenders put shots in the glass. Yeah. We toasted up over lobster and mac. Little homie, that weight ain't enough. Nah, you gon' have to put that on the scale. Add it up. We suggest get your cardio up. We gon' be running shit for a while. Yeah.
Rise high, when we down, we never mourning. Most important, we striving forward, your life is born. No extorting, it's all hustle, young Barry Gorton. I'm never pressured into them women, I'm still ignoring. Don't play with money, don't play with mama, don't play with booty. No games, we walk around like it's Call of Duty. My life a movie, this motion picture, this never Tubi. They say they know me before the money, they never knew me. Came up from the bottom, I've been the problem, don't idolize it. Niggas play around with my family, knowing I die about it. Write about it, if you gon' stand on that, then don't lie about it. Man, you know, this shit regular right here.
This shit is regular, baby. It's regular, baby. Meaning this shit ain't regular, baby. It ain't regular. Bartenders put shots in the glass. Yeah. We toasted up over lobster and mac. Little homie, that weight ain't enough. Nah, you gon' have to put that on the scale. Add it up. We suggest get your cardio up. We gon' be running shit for a while.
Got my mind on my riches. Not in my britches, protecting my vision. Head on the swivel, prepared, but I'm living. Let's make a toast to the Western Division. Those that I love, either dead or in prison. Say what you want, I got bread and I'm chillin'. Big Daddy K, you can't step in my villa. Stay in your lane, you won't crash in the buildings. Must be insane, think I'm catching some feelings. Too busy focused on stacking some millions. Then to be trying to keep track of some bitches. I'd rather get back in the kitchen, go back to school, be your best.
This shit is regular, baby. It's regular, baby. Meaning this shit ain't regular, baby. It ain't regular. Bartenders put shots in the glass. Yeah. We toasted up over lobster and mac. Little homie, that weight ain't enough. Nah, you gon' have to put that on the scale. Add it up. We suggest get your cardio up. We gon' be running shit for a while. Yeah. Yeah, light the weed, get a whiff and keep the candles lit. Hercules, Hercules, I can send a lift. A box of these, a cup of lean, baby, take a sip. I mean, we could turn the lights off and make a wish. Take your pick, took a risk, and now these niggas pissed. Ain't that a bitch? I'm a op, ain't the opposite. Oh shit, hard heads, what we off with. We church out west, he ain't a body, that's an offering. That champagne popping, vanilla and chocolate. We go out the cellar, cigars for the bosses. But most of all, the gang is nothing larger than that. Chillin' with my bitch, eating lobster and this shit is degular, baby. Degular, baby. Meaning this shit ain't regular, baby. It ain't regular. Bartenders put shots in the glass. We toasted up over lobster and mac. Little homie, that weight ain't enough. Nah, you gon' have to put that on the scale. Add it up. We suggest get your cardio up. We gon' be running shit for a while. Yeah.
Do you hear me, Deuce?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure, man. This is one of the hottest lives on YouTube. Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. That was Criticality and TD, Lobster and Mac on some real smooth player type ish, man. Presented by DJ Deuce M's, the God. That was DJ Deuce M's on the 1 and 2s, man. This is his co-host. Yael on the new Damu Kiwe Conversation Radio. If you want your music played, make sure you tap in and send an in. You feel me? That means tap in with your music and send a few ends, and we will spin it for you.
Steffi Weffy caught that. She said, how the op is not even my opposite. That shit knocking. Yeah, Ray Q. Yeah, they got one. Listen, man, we got a lot of good shit, but we want to thank everybody for coming through, supporting. If you ain't hit the like button, hit the like button. We finna get up out of here, man. Salute. Hey, if y'all want y'all music played, tap in, but have a cash app. We can debut your shit here on DJ Deuce on the 1 and 2s. Oh, hell no. Hey, they got a few dudes. They got, man, listen, I know I got exclusive shit that they ain't even released. You know what I'm saying? Love and blessing. I got some exclusive shit from Yael too. I'll leak y'all shit. I don't be giving a fuck about
fuck you, man. Don't let
Nah, I'm going, man. Hey, I love y'all. Hey, salute y'all. We going. Hey, show you. I send him your phone number right now.
All right, for sure, bro.
All right, salute.
Salute.